Welcome to episode 3 of My String of Pearls, a knitting podcast. Hello and welcome. Welcome back if this is your third time joining us. And if this is your first time, I hope you enjoy what you see today. As you can see, I have my lovely mom with me today.
Hi.
So this is Linda. I'm going to call her mom because that's who she is to me.
It's nice to talk to you.
So it's mom's first time. I think she's a little bit nervous,
I
am. We'll be fine, and we may have to start this over again, and in that case, you won't see this part. I'm on Instagram. I will put my handle below this, and as well, I'm on Ravelry, and any of the projects that you see today that are mine specifically will be on my Ravelry page there, and all the yarn and information that you can find that way. But I wanted to take a minute to kind of get to know Mom a little bit, because none of you know her as much as I do.
That's for sure.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Mom.
Well, I am close to retirement, so you can figure out that. I have been a seamstress for most of my life. That's been my professional job. I have 3 daughters, as you probably know, the Oka sisters. I have been doing crafts forever. My mom is a very crafty woman, and she still in her 80s is very busy with her crafting and sewing, etc. I'm a grandma to 5 grandchildren, yay, with 1 redhead, yay, looking for more. I'm a quilter. I'm a quilting arts person. I knit. I have crocheted quite a bit in the past. I love nature. I love hiking. Love the outdoors.
So growing up, Mom always had us doing different crafts, whether it was sewing our own Barbie clothes, knitting a sweater for Jenny the teddy bear. I was very blessed to have lots of homemade, handmade dresses growing up.
Yes, you did.
I don't know if my sisters did because I wasn't
They
around.
did.
Yeah, so Mom just always had different crafts of any sort. And I think that's where I get it from. I remember her sewing room upstairs. It was like the sewing room guest room. And it was this great big closet. And you'd go up there, Mom, my doll needs a blanket. My teddy needs a sweater. Anything else. And it's hilarious now to see my nieces. They know the same with Mom and with Auntie too, with me. That Auntie, my Dolly's tired and cold. She needs a blankie. Can we choose some fabric for my blankie? Can you make her a blanket? So
yes, and even my youngest granddaughter, she had a tear in one of her pieces of clothing the other day, and she says, "Can you fix these for me?" Yeah. So okay, yeah, come on, bring it in the sewing room. Yeah. So she sat on my knee and put her hands on my hands, and we fixed it. She was so happy. Yeah.
So that's been really cool growing up with, because yeah, of course, it's given me a little bit of my artistic side, I think, and my creativity as well. Yes. So I wanted to talk a little bit with Mom about how knitting has changed in the years that you have knit, because what would you say, when did you start knitting? How old were you?
I was in Girl Guides.
Okay.
So however old you were in Girl Guides, a long time ago. And I just learned the basics of knitting, and that was to get a badge. So, yay, I got it. And then for the longest time, I didn't do any knitting because I didn't have anyone around to actually help me with corrections and guidance. So there was a lot of holes in my knitting, so I wasn't too inspired.
That's what any new knitter, I think.
Yes. And so I took up crocheting, which was really fun. And I made this granny square afghan that had all these different squares were a different color, and it was bright and fun. And I was going to give it to my brother, and he says, "No, you keep it. It's yours." So that was my knitting, my crocheting. And then I just did other things. I did some crocheting for a while. When I smoked way back in the day, I decided I was going to quit because it was too expensive.
Smoking or knitting?
Smoking.
Oh, okay.
And so I started crocheting in a really big way to keep my hands busy. And so I crocheted and crocheted, and I crocheted all the way to these teeny tiny little doilies, like really hard doilies, and I made a few things, and I thought, okay, well, I'm not smoking anymore. I don't have to do that. And I did other crafts and raising children and busy in the garden and raising my family. And then we were talking about expecting Mayoka, and I thought, okay, I'm going to knit her a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to back up a little bit.
I think it was blue, though, because did you think it was going to be a boy? I was going to be a boy.
Oh, girls can wear
I know,
blue.
They do, but...
Either boys or girls. Well, I'm going to back up a little bit. I crocheted a hat and a sweater for our first child, and then I was so busy with her when the second daughter came along that I bought a knit hat, which was hat and sweater, and then there was a big gap between the girls, and then
9 years between me and my middle sister.
So that's why I had more time. The girls were, the two oldest ones were older, and I had more time, so I knit a sweater, hoping that we'd have a boy, but
sorry.
I love my girls so much.
If you had a little boy, I don't know if you'd be knitting as much as I do. So it's safe to say you've been knitting for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have, off and on, not seriously. So the last few years I've been more serious about it. And knitting for a gallery that I belong to, and knitting garments. And
how would you say knitting has changed over the years? Because I know for me right now, the way that you knit versus the way I knit, I mean, other than the standard knitting, it's so different where we source our patterns from, how we choose our yarn, how we even read our patterns, right? For myself, and I'm sure for most of you, a lot of it is online. A lot of it is on Ravelry. You go on Pinterest, YouTube, whatever, to get your inspiration, right?
Right.
So, of course, for you, when you originally started knitting, the internet wasn't even a thing.
No, not at all. No computers.
To go on YouTube and ask how to do Make One Right didn't exist.
Yes, I've used books. Actually, patterns way back in the day were just patterns. They weren't elaborate. They were on straight needles. And your resources were whoever you had, were friends or family members that would help you out. But now, holy smokes, circular needles, tutorials, podcasts. I love you, girls. and knit nights and things like that. I follow a podcast in PEI, and I wish I was there. I'd like to hang out with those girls. Fleece and Harmony girls, awesome.
Even like I see your pattern here, it's printed, right? Whereas I have mine, it is all 100% on my iBooks or my PDF or whatever, and I just feel like I won't burn it or lose it or whatever is going to happen to it, and it's always with me because unfortunately my phone is always with me these days, right?
Yes, well, my phone is usually with me too, but it's harder for me to find things on the telephone than I have.
A lot of notes on your patterns.
I do.
Too, whereas I just make notes in my notes on my phone, and then when I upload all my information to Ravelry, I just copy and paste that, so I have it mostly for me, but a lot of people have said that they've enjoyed that as well, so that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, and even the sweater that I knit for Jenny that I showed on my first podcast, I remember knitting it in sections. I think it was like you knit the front, you knit the back, you knit the sleeves, and then you stitched it together, mattress stitch or whatever it was. And I just thought like, oh, this is so many pieces. I remember back then thinking this is monotonous, right? And so now it's just in the round, right? If you can. And I've even altered a sweater too that wanted me to knit it front and back. And I just figured out, well, I'm just going to put it together and knit it in the round, and it worked out really, really well. And
I find that now there's so many more shortcuts that you can take to make your knitting go faster.
And help.
And the tutorials is amazing. Like, I have a really nice Vogue knitting book. It doesn't get open as much because
beautiful,
it's so
and it's
easy
like huge. You guys probably have it, but and I thought about buying it or asking for it as a gift, and I just thought, I won't open it. I won't think to go there. I think YouTube right away or some sort of Google search, and that's the way it is. But that's also really cool because I feel like there's so many people that have self-taught themselves to knit, have been able to pick up the craft that are maybe away from a larger knitting group or a larger town that could visit knit nights or have someone teach them. Or
they're more hidden away in different communities where you really can't have that resource of other people helping you. But I will say that if you run into a problem with your knitting, do not hesitate to go to your local yarn store. They have drop-ins and they are so good at helping you figure things out.
And even if you go in there and it's busy, just tell them, say, I need help with this project. Can I come back another time? Is there somebody that can help me? And they're generally like, we have a really awesome yarn shop. We have several in our area.
And this scarf sat in a bag for a long, long time because I wasn't able to figure out how to get the right amount of stitches on the side, on the end. And I went to my local yarn shop and they said, well, this is what you do. And I said, thank you very much. So it's no longer in a bag. It's wearable. And I think it's so special.
Because sock yarn shell that I showed last time on my podcast.
Yes. And the yarn is 150, Canada 150 yarn from
Hawaii or something like
Hawaii for the provinces. And we're so proud of our Canadian heritage.
So let's go into a little bit of finished objects, maybe?
Sure.
Finished objects. So I have been a busy bee, and mostly because Christmas is around the corner, and I've had a deadline even before Christmas to get some projects done in order to avoid Canada Post. So I don't actually have them in my hands to show you because they are already on the hands of the little people that I love. So I made the World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits. I did 2 pairs, one for a 2-year-old, one for a 1-year-old. And I used the really nice red Christmas Malabrigo yarn. I will insert the photo here for you. And yeah, they were super fast to knit. The second pair, I was running out of yarn, and so I just ended up grabbing a different red. I think it was still Malabrigo, but it just had a different tone to it. So you can see in one of the photos, it's going to be a little bit brighter red on the front. And I actually added a cable. Was it cable? I-cord, or did I chain it with a crochet hook? I can't remember. But I did a string between them so that they can string up through the sleeves of a jacket and do the little dangly things.
How we used to do it in the olden days.
Because I remember being younger and being like, oh, where's my mittens? Like, oh, it's just dangling off the side. So I did 2 pairs of those. They were well received. I think they're a little bit big, but that was kind of my intention because the little people grow so quickly. And then my other finished object was the Naomi cowl that I showed that I was working on last time. That went off to one of my clients, and it stretched out a lot. She came back in and it was so stretched out because of the texture of the yarn and because I held it double and I didn't do a swatch. But she loves it because she can kind of drape it around her shoulders a little bit bigger and have it off her if she's kind of feeling chilly on her back. Or she said she can actually like pull it and twist it and put it on double so that it was nice and tight around her neck and then zipped up her jacket.
And depending on what yarn it's made of.
It was 100% cashmere.
Oh, it's hard to know what cashmere is.
So I told her, you could shrink it.
Yes. That's going to be my suggestion, but I'm not sure.
Don't do what you did to my hat. What I did to my hat. No one else did that. So I did those. And then my last... I have been pretty busy. My last finished object to show today, I guess, is my Emma cabled ear warmer.
Very nice.
So last Christmas, I knit, I want to say like 10 of these.
I should have brought mine.
You should have brought yours. Yours was red, wasn't it?
Too.
Yeah. So I made these for so many people for Christmas last year. Clients, friends, family, you name it. They are so fast. I started this about 2 o'clock in the afternoon last Sunday, I think it was. In between making dinner, cleaning up dinner, doing a couple other things in the house. I was done by 8. So that's something. This is by Vanessa Knits. And it's perfect because I walk the dog almost every morning. Poor dog. Every morning.
Lucky dog.
Lucky dog. Poor me. And I find I get so hot because we go quite a distance and he's a long-legged, happy walker. And so I get pretty warm. And this is just the perfect thing to keep my ears warm. I can have like a little fun bun out top. And then if I don't wear it and love it too much, it probably won't be destroyed too quickly.
Hold it up close so they can see
the
detail
so
of the
I'll insert a
cable.
photo too because our lighting is kind of losing us a little bit here. We wanted to start earlier, but I hit update on my computer and then we got to sit here and drink tea and eat biscotti for 17 minutes while my computer updated. So those are my finished objects for now. I have what Mom kindly referred to as cast-on itis, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I have a couple of empty project bags, and with the gift knitting pretty much being done, I need to think about what I want to do. I'm really enjoying the quick gratification knits right now, hence the 2 to 8 p.m. So I might make a couple more of these. We'll see. And I would like some mittens for myself that I can have in the car for driving.
I've got a good pattern for that if you need.
Yeah, and like the world's simplest mitts that I used for the kids, that has all the way up to
bigger size.
Bigger sizes, but they're just really, really plain. And I am looking kind of at like the antler mitts, that they have that cable on the top.
Oh yes, those are lovely.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I have Christmas holidays to think about this.
Yes, I always find cast-on itis comes really hard after I finish a project.
Yeah. So finished objects, what have you got going on?
Finished objects. Well, I've got some gift knitting.
Yes.
I've got this hat, and it is a lovely hat. I'm going to put it on quick so you can see it. It's a very simple hat. It is a warm ribbed winter hat. It's on Ravelry. I think I'm pretty sure it's a free pattern, very fast. And I've used a yarn from Sweet Georgia, and it is called Trinity Worsted. You can see that. And it is
It's beautiful.
70% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% silk. Lucky winner of this lovely hat. And I told him after he's finished with it when it's needing laundry, bring it to me, and I will wash it up for him so it doesn't go. But look at it, it could go in your pocket really quick, and you're just away you go.
Yeah.
So that one is done. It's going to be a gift for Christmas.
That's gorgeous.
And
you got that done pretty quickly too.
I did.
It was just a
really
rip, right?
fast.
What was it?
Yeah.
Knit purl two around.
And I didn't knit this, but I bought it last year for my granddaughter. Look at this. It is the cutest thing. It's a hat, and it's got these tassels on it. And it looks so cute because when they're running around, it goes bibbly-bobbly.
So
and
because
I bought it.
Because you bought it, we're trying to find the pattern for it, and it's pretty simple. Can I hold it up here?
Yes.
So it's pretty simple. It's basically, I want to say a rectangle.
Yep. You just
we counted
120.
120 stitches cast on. Looks like a 2x2 rib. And then you go straight into stockinette.
Round and around.
Round and around.
Circular needle.
But then how would they?
And then you actually, if you have it on your circular needle, you have two needles, and then you do a Kitchener bind off.
Is that really a Kitchener?
Yeah. You can't even see a seam.
Wow.
And then you make your tassels and put them on, and so much fun.
And it's my little niece. She's a little redhead, and oh my gosh, she looks cute in it.
Cute.
So I was searching on Ravelry to see if I could find the pattern. There's a couple of similar ones. There's one that has ribs going this way. Square hat on round. I don't know. I couldn't find the exact same one, but definitely the cutest little thing. And I've seen a lot of like bonnet patterns where they have, it's kind of a triangle like this, and they have this part on their head.
But they have the thing going around in the bonnet.
Yeah,
at the top.
Yeah. I think Tin Can Knits has one,
it's really good for little people because it goes around your chin and neck and keeps them really warm.
Yeah, and then the other one too I saw, I'm not really giving this anyway, it just has one thing like this, and then it has like a strap that comes down onto it. It's super cute. So
yeah. So I didn't make that. I bought it as a gift, but it's lovely and looks so simple.
Yeah.
And I have another thing for that lovely little girl that we have, my granddaughter, Evan. It is a
little colors really
sweater.
Right now.
You can't really see it very good. We could put it in a picture in it.
Come a little bit closer, maybe.
Okay. And that's with Cascade Yarns, 50% cotton.
It's still okay.
50% merino wool. Carry on.
Yeah, it's just my computer went to sleep. We're still recording.
From Cascade Yarns.
Here it is.
And it's very washable, which is really helpful. I have washed it. I even put it in the dryer.
You washed this already?
I washed it already, put it in the dryer.
Is this for Christmas?
But I put it in a bag. Yes, it is for Christmas. So it is machine wash, cool, tumble dry. And the pattern is called In Threes, and it's on Ravelry. Very simple, from small size.
What size is this one?
This one is up to, it's a 5.
Oh, 5T.
Because I wanted her to be able to wear it for a while.
But it's cute because she can wear it almost as a
little vesty thing.
But even like a tights and a shirt, right? Kind of like her little sister dress.
And it doesn't have buttons yet because we were auditioning buttons, and these are the choices.
Whoops. Oh, those are the ones that won.
These are the ones that won these Ravelry. Or pardon me, these are the ones that we chose. I don't know if you can see them, but
here. 1, 2,
3 buttons. There you go.
Pretty little subtle pink buttons. She's gonna love it. And you said this for Christmas?
Yes, and she's tried it on a couple of times to make sure it fits, and she says, "Is it done yet? Is it done yet?" So she's very excited. So I'm going to be happy to give that to her and see her use it.
That's awesome.
And that's all for it.
Is that all your finished objects?
No, we have ornaments. Are we going to do that now or later?
In the intro, you would have seen our Christmas trees, a couple little clips that way. And we tried to zoom in on some of our handmade ornaments over the years. Some from previous, like just recent, and some from many years ago. And Mom actually brought over some of the ornaments that she made a while ago. So even
these are not knitting, though.
This isn't knitting, but look how sweet that is. In the year 2000, so that's a 19-year-old little stocking.
Yes, and another one. This is with little Ada cloth.
And even put little beads up on the reindeer's antlers. And it's not Rudolph, though.
Fun.
Oh, he's even eating some
grass.
That's sweet. So Mom would, I should have pulled them out. I didn't put them on my tree this year, but.
For my hunter fisherman husband, here we are.
So she would cross stitch.
There's a little.
And then, of course, she's a quilter. What is this? 95. Love you. Oh, look at this.
And this was a gift from a friend. Cutest little birdie.
This is 98 on the back. What's
and
this
I
one?
love hearts. So these were a gift from a friend as well. So they're just so cute.
And I have some long ones. I know exactly where they are downstairs. Our tree just was really full this year. I remember growing up, we grew up in a post and beam log house that Mom and Dad built. And there was a great big staircase that came down in our living room. And we would hang the ornaments going all the way down the stairs, all of the cross-stitched ones. And then when we moved out, we got to take all of them home. And my sisters have theirs and we have ours. And these, I guess, are the only ones that you're left with.
That was my goal, to give you a Christmas ornament every year so you could have them when you left home and have them on your tree. So special. So
that's really cool. And then, on the tree, I showed some of there was a kimono and there was the kimono. Star. I love those ones. It's almost starched, so it's firm too.
Yeah, you put it in a special solution.
And I had crocheted one year for, I think it was all of our family. Everybody on top of their present got a crocheted snowflake.
Oh, they were all the rage back in the day.
With that teeny tiny crochet cotton. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah. I had more of it because I went crazy that year, but I just can't bring myself to do that right now. It's tiny, and I'm not even that old.
It's funny how things from the past come back into the future and twist on things.
I'm going to insert a video I took right after you brought these over, and then you brought a picture of you had them displayed at the
gallery.
Farmers Market or the gallery? Okay. At the art gallery in town here. But why don't you show the ones that you have?
These are lovely. They're so much fun. These are also gifts.
Yeah.
Little ornaments, little tiny ornaments.
Look at the pom-poms.
They're so much fun to make. They're so easy.
Cute. Oh, that one's blurry now. And you found this pattern online?
No, it was on Ravelry.
On Ravelry?
And it's called Stocking Hat Ornament.
I have to write that down.
It's so quick and easy. You could make a couple of these in a night once you got the hang of it. And they're just so fun.
Good stash buster. How much would you say that weighs?
Nothing.
Yeah.
And then you could play all your sock yarns, different sock yarns. And I think this one was one that changed on its own, which was even neater.
Variegating. That quickly, too?
that quickly.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It was hilarious though, because I think it was the same day that you brought them over, Evan was here, and right away she grabbed it and stuck it on her dolly.
Yeah,
Little dolly
she has
set.
one, and it's supposed to go on her Barbie doll, but I don't know if it has yet. But she couldn't wait to take one
So
home.
those are super simple. I'd say
Yes.
you could get one done in under an hour?
Depends
Minus
on
the
how fast you
pom-pom?
knit.
Yeah.
And the ends and the top.
Did you buy a pom-pom maker, or did you just do those? Yeah.
It's really easy. You do it on a fork.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wind it around the
imagine
fork, pull it
if
through.
you have some time and some extra yarn kicking around, you could attach each one of these to one of your gifts this year,
Oh,
or stick it in a
yes.
card. They can lie nice
Lovely.
and flat in a card. A
Mhm.
little something. And then I just have this sweet little acorn.
Oh, so cute.
So
so
last
cute.
year, Matt got me a Christmas Advent
Mhm.
from Bad Anna's, I think it was.
Oh, yes.
And in there was the pattern. So this is acorn ornament. I'll add it to my Ravelry because I couldn't find the exact pattern. The cap is 20 stitches. The acorn itself is 16 stitches. Really simple, really quick. And then you stuff it. Didn't really give great instructions on how to put the cap on, but I just winged it and it turned out pretty cute. Could have stuffed it a little bit more.
So cute.
So yeah, I didn't make it last year because by the time my Advent was over, Christmas was over, and I was ready
Moving
to
on.
just move on
Yeah.
and not whatnot. So those are some really simple, quick, fast things to get done, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, like gift knitting, if you do want to do any gift knitting, a hat, depends how fast of a knitter you are.
Mhm.
This cabled ear warmer, again, I will put the information up here. This was actually Vanessa Black, I think her name was. She gifted me this pattern when she was my fiber share buddy.
Lovely.
So
Speaking
what
of
are you?
fiber share?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fiber share is so fun.
So I spoke about fiber share last time. Mom joined up. This is your first round of fiber share, right?
Mhm,
So we've done
mhm.
another one in the past. I had a fantastic result. Unfortunately, Mom didn't really have the greatest one, and
That was different.
Yeah, it was different. And
yeah.
even with fiber share, it's hit and miss of your partners. If you're going to get, you're not all going to fall in love with them. The matches that you have and be besties forever, right, Amanda from Sweet Skein of Mine? But you still do get the option to, or the opportunity, I should say, to connect with people and get some yarn goodies. And yeah, but you brought yours. So you have yours, don't you?
I do.
So
It's
I
right here.
haven't received mine yet. I'm receiving from Denmark, and I shipped to Victoria, and I just spoke to her, and she received hers just the other day, and she was very happy with it. The theme this year was ornament, coming into the Christmas season, and I sent this sweet little clay clay ornament that was made by a local lady, and she said that was the cutest thing to receive.
Yes.
So Mom has received hers.
I got from a lady in the UK. And her name is Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. She sent me this bundle of beauties.
Yes.
Including, and I won't go into detail, but she has her own
Right up close there.
spun, her own, I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
that.
just hold it really nice and slow.
There we go.
Look at
Her
that.
own hand spun that she sent me. I just feel so blessed. And she knew that I was a quilter, so she gave me this needles and pins hedgehog pin cushion. Isn't
Sweet
that
that
cute?
is. Did
So
she make
cute.
that?
I don't think
Almost
so.
looks like it.
But she is a
It's got a
history
little tag
girl,
on it.
and
It's cute.
she's
Applique pin cushion,
Lovely,
handmade
lovely.
in York, England.
yes.
That's adorable.
I just feel so blessed, and I was so excited to send my fiber share partner, Lisa, to her things, and she's all about candy canes and animals, and it was so fun to share, and she's
Mom-
so excited. I'm just so happy.
She came over, my girlfriend and I, we were sitting here making Christmas cards, and Mom came over and she was picking up something or dropping something off, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And I said, well, why don't you make a Christmas card? Just join us, have fun. And, I should make one for my fibre share friend. She likes candy canes. So out we pull all our different stuff. We had candy cane stickers. We had candy cane paper.
And it happened fast.
Stamps. And all of a sudden this like candy cane collage came together. And she loved it.
It was so nice. Oh, yeah. She loved it. She
that's
loved
great.
it.
So,
and I made her a bag that had little sheep and cats.
You should show us some of your bags that you have, Mom.
I can, but this was a special bag.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one bag that I've made, and it's got basket weave and pearl and my little yarn Okanagan goodie on the side there.
Zipper on the top.
You see that? Zipper top.
And then if you want...
And a handle if you want to hold it on your arm and keep knitting, you can.
Nice bottom. Okay, you did a good job with your bags.
I've been having fun.
Yeah.
It's a good way to use up yarn. And then this one has sheep on it. It was really fun.
But you know what you don't do is you don't put your tag that handmade by Linda on your own bags.
On my own bags.
On the ones that you give away.
Yes, yes. So that's fun. And I
look at these chickens though.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. Knitting chickens.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And you have a few of them that
I have a few of them. Yeah, I don't have them in my project bags right now, or my projects that I'm working on right now, just because I tote them back and forth to work a lot, and these ones are so easy to wash. I can see how dirty that one is. I don't want to. I guess yours would be.
Oh, there's definitely washable. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone's worried about the zipper on the top, you just fold it down, and then it's not in your way with your special yarn.
So we had a couple of works in progress. Mom was sitting here knitting on socks because my computer took too long to download. And I apologize. I can see we're getting a little bit grainy. We're losing light. I'm just going to show you a little bit here with our snowy, all my Christmas cards. So we're losing light. We had a ton of snow last Monday, and then we had a ton of snow kind of overnight. And then yesterday,
oh my goodness.
Yesterday and Friday, it just rained. It rained and rained and rained. Like
here it rained.
Yeah, but in the mountains, like one of the major
roads
highways.
I think there was at least 2, maybe 3 highways closed because there was so much snow.
70 centimeters of snow alone on the Coquihalla. Yes. Silver Star Mountain Resort, which is fairly near and close to us here. It's a ski resort. They had 11 centimeters in 12 hours, I think it was.
Oh, yes.
And it was still coming down. And like massive, massive snowflakes. Maybe not that big, but they were big.
They looked like feathers coming down.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
So the roads here have been a little bit sloppy and gross, but
get out your snowshoes and your skis, your cross country.
We have a beautiful field across from our house here. I'm trying to get in contact with the family that owns the property, see if I can go snowshoeing just out the front door in it, because I'll put a picture or a video eventually of it if we do go, because it's a cute little barn. It's right along the creek and stuff. I'm sure even if I did, I wouldn't get in trouble. But.
Yes. And yesterday was the shortest day of the year.
Yeah, winter solstice.
Yes. Yeah. So my husband and I, we went and put a fire outside, and we sat around the fire and enjoyed that. It was quite nice.
I worked on a puzzle. I'm sitting right underneath the computer.
Puzzle, yes.
We have this puzzle. I want to say I was probably, it was at the old house, so it was before you guys moved.
So it's been 15 years ago? 14, 15 at least.
Yeah. And nearly every year this puzzle has come out.
You have the...
It's I'll put a picture of it in the...
It's a lovely puzzle.
It's a 1,000-piece Ravensburg jigsaw puzzle. And my husband and I were working on it, and then he kind of gave up after the easy part was done. And so I sat there and did it. But it was... do you want to come say hi? Come on. Here? Okay. This is Copper.
He's our buddy.
Hi,
yeah, he's such a sweet guy.
So yeah, the puzzle's done, and it's kind of a fun tradition to do. But it was funny because Grandma had a go see Gran. Go see. Come on over here. Go see. She had a garage sale a while ago, and this is our sweet Copper dog.
Good boy.
Mom was trying to get sell the puzzle at the garage sale. And I said, I don't think so. You can't sell
I think it was time for a new puzzle, is my thought. Yeah. So.
Are you making your podcast debut?
Yes. It smells nice and clean today.
Yeah, I had a bath.
It looks so nice.
We tried the pet shampoo bar this time.
Yes.
Worked out pretty good, and it was nicer because you didn't have to Okay, you're good.
You know.
We didn't have to like put it in my hands and lather it up. I just kind of rubbed the bar on his back.
Okay. Go on, go. Good boy.
So yeah, he smells better. Oh, you had that rag thing that you brought. Show that too quick.
Yes, because I'm a quilter and I have leftover fabric. I have been saving my strips and putting them all together, and found this really well. It's just so simple. There's a way to put them all together. So I have this ball of strips that I put all together. Sorry, going so fast.
Oh, it's on a
piece of cardboard.
She made her own yarn out of fabric.
So here it is.
Go a little bit closer and really slow. Not on the butter turned. There you go.
With really, really big needles. I could have gone bigger needles. These are a size
10 millimeters.
Yeah. And you just knit. 34 stitches, cast on 34 stitches, knit, 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 knit.
You're just knitting back and forth?
Back and forth. So we've got this really nice
Can you even see
fabric.
You can see a little bit of it. Are you going to block it?
I'm going to wash it and shrink
be?
it and use it. Well, I'll either use it for on the table, bath mat, something like that. But you can see, if you hold the needles.
You know what it almost reminds me of is,
ragwork.
I want to say loom.
Oh.
When you weaving.
Weaving, yeah.
And then you like push it up.
But just knit, and you can probably use this with yarn.
Even if you weren't just using scraps, this could be a really fun, like if you wanted to do, say like a variegated, start white, go to blue, actual
like
fabric, a fade. You could actually do
yeah.
like a wall hanging, very similar like macrame and weaving. That's cool.
I find that
hard on your hands?
It is hard. I can't do too many rows at once. But batiks seem to not fray so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I've used a bit of everything.
And you're just tying a knot.
There is a trick that you just put a little hole in either end.
Oh, okay,
and you put one through the other and pull it through, which is pretty simple. It's
like a dandelion
online.
Right?
So,
like a dandelion
So that was my crazy cast on. And I thought, oh yeah, I better start that project. I have enough yarn now.
And you're going to go until you run out?
Yep. As long as it's long enough. Like as long as it's, it's wide enough, as long as it's long enough.
Everyone will probably
she might confiscate it for a dolly blanket.
And you're working on socks?
Yes.
Mom's always got socks on the go, and if I can get my foot up here.
Socks. Oh, no, I don't have any on today.
These are my mommy socks. These you made for you.
I made them for me. I got alpaca yarn from a local alpaca farm, and I mixed it in with some nylon, and I found that the alpaca wore away where the nylon stayed. So I don't know if the nylon was cutting the alpaca or what, and they shrunk quite a bit. So my feet are bigger than this young lady, so she inherited the
Somehow,
socks.
finally, having small feet is working out in my favor.
Yes.
And I wear them a lot. I don't wash them very often because I just wear them when my feet get cold and then I take them off. And then I found, I went to a knit night. I have to tell you about that.
Oh.
I went to a knit night and they don't fit in my boots, which is good because I don't want to just wear them around.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to knit night, and as soon as I got in the house, I pulled them on and I was nice and cozy too. Yeah. What
about socks? I just make socks. Cast on 60 stitches.
DPNs.
DPNs.
I don't think you've ever done magic loop, have you?
I've tried.
Oh, okay.
This is just my go-to. If I can find my other socks. So I don't like second sock syndrome. So what I do, okay, you'll see what I've got. Whoops. What I've got going on here. I have two sets of double pointed needles. I think it's 2.25. I have one set of Knitter's Pride and one of bamboo, and I just mix them up so they sort of stay the same. So what I do is I knit 2, purl 2 for an inch. One, the other one. Then I do around and around and around vanilla sock, but this one is a little bit different because I've actually
what pattern is this? Or is it just you?
Just me.
Oh.
There's on each side there is purl 5, and all the rest is knit. So this is cotton and
That
wool, I
almost feels
believe.
linen-y.
And it has some elastic in it.
Oh, it's okay. My computer likes to sleep. We're still recording.
And so then I just do it's here. I lose needles. People find them for me and give them back. Oh, don't pull that one.
No.
And so...
Did you just lose a stitch right here?
Oh, yeah, I'll find it.
Lost two.
Oh, dear. I can find it. Anyway, so, and just very simple, cuff down, gusset, heel turn, easy. I've made a lot of these socks. I had a dear friend teach me many, many years ago.
You have to knit those two on a different
Thank you,
needle.
Deb.
Oh, speaking of Deb. Hi, Deb.
Deb, are you watching?
Yes, I got a message a couple days ago, and it was a picture of me podcasting. And she said, hey, I can't remember what the text was, but I was like, oh my gosh. So Deb was my first real boss, I guess you could say. I worked at her flower shop for several years.
Such a sweetheart.
And it was really cool because she didn't even know about it. I thought maybe my mother-in-law Jody had said something to her. But no, she searched knitting podcast, and guess who popped up?
Oh, that's lovely.
Fixed. So hi, Deb.
Thank you, Deb. She gave me her recipe way back in the beginning, and she made me a pair of socks too, long worn out before. But something I like to do on the foot, because my foot under the ball of my foot wears out quickly, I usually just add a really skinny yarn into the one side with a tail, and then knit along the bottom, cut it off, go around, add it, and I just trim off all the other ones. So it's a nice extra on the bottom of my foot so that it doesn't wear out so quickly, because I don't like mending socks. But it's a little more bulkier in your sock or your boot.
Look at her cute little stitch markers. There's a llama.
Yes.
And I think I gave you the Eiffel Tower. But you don't travel with your knitting a ton, do you? Like your sock knitting?
I can.
Because
I do.
Like this, to me, if I threw it in a bag, I would be scared I would lose my stitches. I have
the way you put them together, you just roll them up like this.
But then we were looking there was like what is it called?
Oh, one of those cover things.
Like a sock cozy or something like that. It's like a long, skinny envelope almost of fabric, and then you put your needles in and you snap it. I'm going to find a pattern for that, but I have these.
Yes.
These are just like the cocoa knits. It's just foam. Because I'm terrified that my knitting's going to fall off, because when you're working on this.
Yes, you don't want to go backwards, especially with lace.
Re-knitting. So this is, I've shown this before, and it has come out of hibernation, and it's sitting at work all the time, but the Kyler, and I have made progress. Where is my stitch marker? Right here. So from
Look
there,
at you. Look at you.
I've gone across, and I was brave enough to bring this to Knit Night, and I only made one mistake, and I was easily to go back. Yeah.
Good for you.
Because each one of these stitch markers is 8 stitches, and in 8 stitches I just do my repeat. So if I mess up something in 8 stitches and I get to this one and all of a sudden I'm going, oh, I have one too many stitches or too many stitches,
it's easy to go.
I just go back and redo it, right? So lots of yarn over, knit 2 together, slip, knit, that kind of stuff. So I'm still working on this. Like I said, I have castonitis, but this has been a good kind of pick it up and away you go sort of thing. I think that was all we had, wasn't it?
I think that's
kind of covered
it. Yes.
Rag rug. You said how much you like in your pot. Yeah, so Vlogmas. My favorite is Sandy by the Lakeside. She is in Ontario, which is in Canada as well. I almost said BC. And she's so fun. You can tell that she's got such a busy life going on. She makes project bags. She's got such happy...
And she's real.
She's real. Yeah, she's real. She can come on, I forgot to podcast today, or I'm tired, and she's always cooking, and it just really gives me such inspiration to cook and clean the house, and so I've really enjoyed Vlogmas with her. I did touch base. I did hop on with Gaina from Tales of Cuckoo Land.
She's a sweetheart.
She's really fun. I don't find there's very much knitting content on hers at all.
But she's a busy mom. And
she's a very busy mom.
She has so many things going on, and good on you, Gaina, if you're watching this.
It
reminds me of when I was younger and my girls were all at home, and I looked back in one of my planners way back in the day, and I said, holy smokes, I did all of that in one day. Yeah. So good on you. When you get older, you can't accomplish that much.
Well, that's one thing that Sandy does. I found she had one thing on about her journaling. She tries to journal every day, and she sits down and makes it all pretty and everything. I just thought that's so cool, because I used to journal, but now I just don't even. But it's something maybe
sometimes that you get that little bit of a little bit of creative time, even though it's part of your daily planning and stuff. You get a little bit of creative time, and it's very satisfying, I find, to have that.
But even just to write down the moments and the memories, because they go so quickly, right? And I mean, that's what I like about my Instagram and social media for that is, I'm sharing it with everybody else that's seeing it, but it's really cool for me because it pops up with the memories. And just the other day, we popped up to a memory 2 years ago. We got engaged. Yeah. 2 years ago, we got engaged. We were in Maui. Doesn't feel like 2 years, right? And so stuff like that is really cool. It's kind of a memory that way. But I even remember looking at your gardening journal the year I was born. And she would always draw out where the things were in the garden and the harvests and how much seeds were. And I thought that was the coolest thing. And then August 1989, actually I think it was in July, all of a sudden she's just
busy.
And then it was, I want to say it was February the following year that you actually made another entry of like babies here and the garden was good. But
priorities.
By the way,
priorities.
Eating garlic and
so
something fun.
Yes. Another person that I like to watch is So Raimi.
I saw that one on there.
She's a really nice lady, young lady, and she shares about the area where she lives in too, and she volunteers at a castle of some sort, and just seeing the outdoors. I just love that. I may not ever get there, but I can live through her podcast and seeing those beautiful things, and Gaina does that too for us, so I appreciate that. Yeah, and the grocery girls.
They're
amazing. They're so fun.
We could talk about podcasts for hours. We'll talk about it.
But we do have real lives of our own, and that takes priority. Yes.
But I did, so thanks so much for coming on, Mom. I'm really happy that you did it.
I really enjoyed it.
And this is our first recording, and I'm hoping to heck that everything worked good on the computer side of things, and it's actually picking up sound and everything, because if it's not, well...
We have to do this again?
Sound over? I don't know. But I'm really glad that you came on. I don't know if I'm ever going to be a solo podcaster again, hey?
I don't know. We'll see. I have some other things to share with you in the future. So.
And I did want to say thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed. I am over 200 subscribers. My first video has over 1,000 views. It's very cool. I'm still getting messages from new people. I try really, really hard to reply to your comments. And if you find me on Ravelry or Instagram, we can have a little bit better conversation. So thank you so much for tuning in. And
good job, young lady.
Thank you. It's very fun to explore the knitting world via the internet.
I'll say yes. And thank you for all those people who share their information and their lives with us.
Yes, it's really cool.
Appreciate it too.
Makes feel like you have a very social life from the comfort of your living room.
The knitting community.
The knitting community, yeah. So we're going to sign off for tonight because, as you can see, it is officially dark outside. And dinner is around the corner. So I wish you all a very warm and Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays, or just enjoy the time off. Family
and friends.
And I hope that you receive a lovely homemade, handmade gift this Christmas, because those are the best. Awesome. Merry Christmas. Thank you. See you in 2020. Bye-bye.